been here now, obviously 2 years, but you're here before that. Just from like an objective perspective, how excited are you for this year's team? You know, I mean, obviously you guys still got to do things, but I feel like the depth is there, just from an objective standpoint.
Yeah, no, objectively, I think you're right. I think there's a general excitement with how the guys interact with themselves and each other. There's a general feeling that the new guys mixed with the guys we had previous to last spring have really gelled, and they seem to really like each other. And then you do get excited about the body types and the athleticism that you see on a play-in, play-out basis, and the depth like you're talking about, and on both sides, including the specialists and special teams as well. So
I think it was Coach Woods that talked about it, but using that special teams time to also evaluate how guys do different things. How big is it for guys to understand that what they do in position work can translate to special teams, and what they do in special teams can transition back into position work? That it's not just this is only punts and kickoffs, but it's also kind of what they're going to do every down too.
Right. Yeah, I think Coach Lashley really started that in the spring with 10 minutes every day to start practice with just fundamentals, and then that flowed right into special teams in terms of just ball leverage on the offensive side of the ball working, which can translate to kickoff return, and then tackling on defense, which obviously we've tried to address and stress, which is obviously our four-core must on special teams. So those guys doing different things and getting more offensive guys involved is what we want to do on special teams. So just a complete buy-in to where, I showed a clip of Rasheed Rice from last spring working a drill that we work today, and no one's above it. No one's going to be above playing on teams. So
yeah. And kind of on that note, you talked about the thing that excites you is just the makeup from also a mental buy-in standpoint. It sounds like, are you, as a special teams guy, are you seeing that out there too? Like, hey, like this guy might be third string linebacker right now, but like I can feel it a little bit.
Yeah, I think that there's because of our depth and because of the way we want to try and play a lot of guys, teams just elevates that opportunity to get on the field. And there's a tremendous amount of buy-in, to your point, just of guys feeling the need to get extra snaps on Saturdays through the four-core special teams. And it makes my job a lot easier when that buy-in's easier, and getting those guys to just play hard and wanting to do it for each other, themselves, and not for me, but to do it for their teammates. And like I said, no one's above being on special teams, and that's kind of the mantra.
For the specialist part of special teams, you return your punter, return your place kicker. With your punter, you also have your holder, your long snapper. Really, you're only changing who does kickoffs. How big is that, and what have you seen from Colin kind of taking on kickoffs?
Yeah, we so far so good with that, and it's a matter of we brought a couple of young guys in to push those guys, and they've done a good job. But it's always a good position to feel the confident of the operation between the long snapper and the punter. And Ryan was nominated to the Ray Guy watch list yesterday. He's so consistent, and the Australian just kind of swagger that he has, nothing bothers him. I'm not even sure how old he is. I don't know if he's 25, somewhere between 25 and 28. I'll ask him later today when I see him. He's actually at Cox Business School doing orientation right now. So he's just a tremendous leader to those guys, and the mental piece of what those guys go through every day. He's a tremendous leader for Colin, who is going to be expected to take over our kickoff duties. Also brought in my new special teams quality control, Garrett Clausen. He played kicker in college. I didn't have that background. I was a defensive linebacker. He played kicker in college. He understands that mental piece. He's going to be a huge addition to our staff because of that.
Yeah, how big is that experience factor?
It's huge. He kicked at the Division I level. He has the ability to talk to Colin in a way I don't. Technique-wise, even years, he spent 7 years at the lower level doing special teams coordinating. So him and I have a previous relationship. We worked at a Division III school when I first graduated college. Just that experience, not only on teams, but the experience to go talk to Colin after a miss hit, knock on wood, and to bring him back down to earth, next rep mentality. You can't let one miss turn into two. And I've already seen from day one of camp and those guys meeting each other to now a relationship can only do so much in a week and a half, but I feel like that's been huge.
We ask coaches all the time to grade personnel groups, grade players. How would you grade Rhett Lashley, the officiant?
Lastly, what?
The officiant.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, actually, my wife's behind us. He was called pretty late in the process to be the job of the officiant and did a heck of a job. Knocked it out of the park. When I asked him, his wife Lauren was with him. They kind of felt like we were going to go that route, and he knocked it out of the park. Although I will say, Johnson City, July 1st, it was a hot one, and he was sweating more than I was as the groom. So yeah, it was fun.
Did he tear up at all, or was it just sweat?
No tears. No tears. We kept the tears out of it. I don't even think I cried, but I was just so focused, and he was perfect. So yeah, that was awesome.
That Ryan Buchesky mentality.
Yes, nothing's gonna faze me. I'm in the zone, so it was good. Yeah.
And then looking at some of your defensive duties, what's that safeties group look like? Because they've kind of had the summer to gel even a little bit more coming off of spring, and added another piece.
Kyron Chambers, yes.
And then kind of working him in and what that group.
I think it's just a matter of who we feel like we can trust out there, and who's going to get the job done communication-wise when Jonathan McGill's not on the field. And just those pieces and the movement between each position and the ability to. We haven't gone live tackling yet, so just seeing that the first time here in the next couple of days, that's going to be great. But they, like I said, as a team, the team is gelling. The team likes each other. They hang out outside the building, and that safety group is tight. So it's cool.
How big is a guy like Jonathan McGill to come in with the experience, and then also still be a guy who says, I don't want to just jump right into leadership. I want to earn it too, and then earn it.
I don't know if you guys saw practice a couple of days ago. He jumped into scout punt return and blocked at least one kick, one punt we did as a scout guy. And since 2018, when I've been here the first time, there's not been a starter who's volunteered to jump out on a scout team on special teams. That's just the type of dude he is. I don't know. I saw someone said we call him the mayor. I don't know if he's the mayor, but the dude is going to be successful in life, and he makes us more successful on the field.